Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari, Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari. Jaya Vigna Vinasha, Jaya Narahari, Bhakta Vatsala, Jaya Narahari. Jaya Bhakta Vatsala, Shri Balaji, Bhudevi Shri Devi Balaji. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। श्री श्री गंधर्विका गिरधारी श्रीमन महाप्रभु की जय। श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। श्री श्री गौनिताय की जय। पतित पावन शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। शिल गुरुदेव की जय। सीतानाथ गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। Hare Krishna everybody, welcome you all for Sunday Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are reading from 7th canto, chapter 2, shloka number 23. Anybody, is it visible? Okay. Yatham bhasa prachalata, bhasa prachalata, tarvo api chalaiva, chakshusha भ्राम्यमानेना दृश्यते चलतीव भूः। यथाम्भसा प्रचलता तर्वो अपि चलाइव चक्षुषा भ्राम्यमाणेन दृश्यते चलतीव भूः। यथाम्भसा प्रचलता तरवो अपि चलाइव चक्षुषा भ्राम्यमाणेन दृश्यते चलतीव भूः। Anybody would like to repeat? यथाम्भसा प्रचलता तरवो अपि चला इव चक्षुषा भ्राम्यमाणेन दृश्यते चलतीव भुः यथाम्भसा प्रचलता तरवो अपि चला इव चक्षुषा भ्राम्यमाणेन दृश्यते चलतीव भुः यथाम्भसा प्रचलता तरवो अपि चला इव चक्षुषा भ्राम्यमाणेन दृश्यते चलतीव भुः. Any Matajis would like to read? Yathambhasa prachalata taravo api chalaiva chakshusha brahmyamanena drishyate chalativa bhu. Word by word translation. Yatha, just as, ambasa, by water, prachalata, moving, taravaha, the trees on the bank of the river, api, also, chalaha, moving, iva, as if, chakshusha, by the eyes, brahmyamanina, moving, drishyate, is seen, chalati, moving, iva, as if, bhuhu, the ground. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Because of the movements of the water, the trees on the banks of a river, when reflected on water, seems to move. Similarly, when the eyes move because of some mental derangement, the land appears to move also. Purport. Sometimes because of mental derangement, the land appears to be moving. A drunkard, for example, or a person with heart disease, sometimes feels that the land is moving. Sri Sri Gandharvika Giridhari Sriman Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sometimes feels that the land is moving. Similarly, the reflection of the trees in the flowing water also appears to move. These are actions of Maya. Actually, living entity does not move. Sthanur achalo yam. The living entity does not take birth or accept death. But because of the transient, subtle and gross bodies, the living entity appears to move from one place to another, or to be dead or gone forever. As the great Bengali Vaishnava poet Jagadananda Pandit has said, Pishachi paile yena mati channayen haya, maya grasata jivera haye se bhava udaya. According to this statement from Premadatta, when a living entity is conditioned by material nature, he is exactly like a person haunted by a ghost. One should therefore understand the fixed position of the spirit soul and how he is carried away by the waves of material nature to different bodies and different situations under lamentation and hankering. One achieves the success of life when he understands the constitutional position of his self and is undisturbed by the conditions created by material nature. Prakrite kriyamanani gunahi karmani sarvasha. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurul Minitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Grim Yatripada Muhammad Shri Guru Dintarnam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chitram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnavala Shrimate Jayapataka Swami Tanamini Namachara Padaya Gaurakata Dhamdhaya. Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome you all for our Sunday feast Bhagavatam class. So we are reading from the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto. So we have just finished auspicious Narasimha Chaturdashi last Sunday. We all were immersed in the devotion to Lord Narasimha. And I don't know what is the coincidence that now in Srimad Bhagavatam we are starting the Narasimha Leela. So every year when these big festivals like Narasimha Chaturdashi or some festivals like where the demons are killed like Dashera or those kind of days, I think those are the also days for some kind of introspection for us. Because lakhs of years back in Satyuga, Narasimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu was a demon. But in Kali Yuga, Hiranyakashipu is present in our heart in the form of contaminated consciousness. We are all, too much affected by the Kali Yuga, effects of Kali Yuga, and anarthas are too much in our heart. So, at least, on these auspicious days like Narasimha Chaturdashi, we can pray to Lord Narasimha that please kill all the anarthas which are there in our hearts. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written wonderful prayers, it's called Sri, in the book Sri Navadvip, something, I forgot the name of that book. So in that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur very beautifully, he is praying to Narasimhadev to kill all the anarthas within my heart so that Sri Sri Radha Krishna, the Yugal Kishore, they forever stay in my heart. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, prays that, let me be eternally engaged in the bhakti of Sri Sri Radha Krishna, staying in Navadvipa Dham. So, Narasimhadev is considered as Vigna Vinasha. So, he can remove all the obstacles which are there in our path of our bhakti, on our spiritual progress. So, with that mood, if we pray to Narasimhadev, I'm sure Narasimhadev fulfill all the desires, because just for the sake to fulfill the statement of his devotee Prahlad, Lord, appeared, from a pillar, and in a very a weird form, which is half lion, half man. So just keep the words of Brahma, because Brahma has given the boon that you whatever he wanted, Lord Brahma gave the boon. So this chapter, second chapter, actually is the continuation from the third canto. So, in third canto, Lord Varahadev kills Hiranyaksh. And after the Hiranyaksh, who is the brother of Hiranyakashipu, is killed, Hiranyakashipu is very angry. So this chapter actually is starting, with the from the point where Hiranyakashipu has been killed by Varahadev, and Hiranyakashipu is very angry. So when Hiranyakashipu is very angry, he is, just blaming Lord Vishnu for his partial nature. He is saying, these devatas who are our enemies, they have, gone to this, or basically Vishnu has gone to the side of these demigods, and, they have created this cheating thing, and they have killed my brother by cheating. And, this is like a typical child, no? When a child loses, immediately what do you think? Oh, other person has done cheating with me, A child will never accept, or rather elders also don't expect. We also don't expect that we have done anything mistake, right? We'll say, oh, other person was like this, he was like that person was like this. So we'll blame. So here Hiranyakashipu is also doing the same thing. He's blaming devatas. He was saying devatas are not capable actually. I can crush them like anything, but since this, Vishnu, who has cheated and taken the side of demigods, my brother, who was very big warrior, has been killed. So now I will ensure, so actually this is 7th, 8th sloka, in that Hiranyakashipu is saying, I will, sever the Lord Vishnu's head from his trunk by my trident, and with the profuse blood from his body, I will please my brother Hiranyaksh, who was so fond of sucking blood. So thus I will be peaceful. So he means to say I will be peaceful only when, I will take the blood of Vishnu. So he is, he's saying then, okay, once Vishnu is killed, all these devatas, anyway they are useless, they will not be able to do anything. They will also be, killed. So like that he is talking. But then suddenly, and then he tells other Rakshasas, he tells that, go and kill this Brahminical culture, because that is where these devatas are getting all their, energy, means all the sacrifices which are done by the human beings, because in Bhagavad Gita also it is explained that, to do sacrifice is the duty of the human being. So whatever the homas and yagnas these human beings are doing, Brahmins are doing, because of that only all the, devatas are getting energy, and they are going to Vishnu, and all this Varnashrama system which has been created by Vishnu, that all has to be dismantled if we want to really defeat these devatas. And like that he is, is getting angry. After that, he takes suddenly he start talking very knowledgeable things. Because he sees, that his, sister-in-law, basically Hiranyaksh's wife, his nephews, there are 7 or 8 sons, names are given, Hiranyaksh's sons, they all are in great, pain, or they are lamenting the death of their father or their husband. So, then suddenly, he starts talking very high level knowledge. So, he tells to his, says, oh, my sister-in-law, my nephews, please don't repent, because, my brother has died in the battlefield like a hero. So he is not, like an ordinary person, he has not died. And a person who dies in the battleground, he goes to Swarga. So don't worry, that, Hiranyaksha has not, he has done a great fight. And then he says that, he starts giving some analogies. He says like in a restaurant or a place of drinking cold water, the travelers are brought together and they are drinking water. And they are there for some time, and after some time they move away. So he means to say that this world is a temporary place. In this place people come, they stay together for some time, and after that they move away. So he is trying to give that all the scriptural knowledge, which we all talk in our Bhagavatam classes, right? This is the knowledge which we want to imbibe in our life, but a demon is talking all that, right? And So then he comes to our Bhagavad Gita second chapter, which Krishna is explaining to Arjuna about from 2.11 to 2.30. Krishna talks about soul and body. And, Hiranyaksha, I think he has copied from Bhagavad Gita. He is giving the same knowledge here. He is saying we are not the body, we are soul. And, this death is a temporary phase. A person, a living entity, he never, soul never dies. So all that kind of, knowledge he is giving. And he is also giving that, why the jiva is, suffering because of all these material attachments. Because of that, a living entity is suffering. So all that he is giving the knowledge, and this is going to continue in further shloka. So in this shloka, that he is saying that movement of water, trees on the bank. So when the river bank is there, if there is any tree on the bank, then how it looks? It looks like as if it is tree is also moving along with the water of this thing, right? And sometimes a person who is mentally unstable, for them, or sometimes we have the disease, right? We get dizziness. So what happens at that point of time? We see the things around us are moving. So Hiranyakashipu is giving that example. So, but actually nothing is moving. It is all illusion. So Prabhupada is writing in this thing that anybody who is materially attached in this world is like that material, that mental, unstable person who is thinking that everything around me is moving. And he is giving the quoting from, Jagadananda Pandit Prem Vevrata, that, Pishachi paile yena mati channa hai, maya grasata jivera hoye, se bhava uday. So as soon as a person who is materially engrossed in this world, he is acting like a person who is haunted by a ghost. So I'm not sure if any one of you have any experience of seeing a person who is haunted by a ghost, or, so that person acts very weird, right? So it is so, Jagananda Pandit is comparing to the living being in Maya like that. So at the end, Prabhupada is saying, Prakrite kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasha. So all the activities are actually done by what? Prakriti. Three modes of material nature. According to our, karmas, we are under the modes of material nature. And because of that, we act in certain way. Only somebody who is who has surrendered to Lord Krishna, Devi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya Mamevi Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. So a person who is surrendered to Lord Krishna, for him it is very easy to overcome this Maya. Otherwise, we are always engrossed in this material world, thinking I am the doer. Ahankar vimoodatma karta hamiti manyate. Out of false, understanding, Jiva thinks I am the doer. But actually, Prakriti kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasha. Actually, it is done by Prakriti. So only freedom which is given to us is to get connected to Krishna. If that freedom is not utilized, then we are sort of, lost the wonderful opportunity of which is given to us in the human form of life. So this, I just thought we'll discuss some of the lessons from, this Narasimha Leela, which has just gone and which we are going to read further. So, taking the lesson from first this thing, lesson from this Hiranyakashipu is telling to his relative the knowledge of, which is considered the highest knowledge. Because if you see Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is first giving this knowledge about the soul, body and soul, this understanding. And exactly it is like, what is our understanding as a devotee. Hiranyakashipu is also speaking like that. But the problem in this is that his knowledge is only superficial. Superficial in the sense, it is in theory. It is not in practical. There is two things in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Jnana and Vijnana. So Jnana means theoretical knowledge. Vijnana means practical knowledge. Or in actual word is realized knowledge. So if you see from the pastime of Hiranyakashipu, when he is giving the knowledge to his relative, it is something like unrealized knowledge. It is not a real knowledge. Because if it is a real knowledge which has deep gone inside, into our heart, with that knowledge, when right time is there, that knowledge will be used also, right? But if Hiranyakashipu was really a knowledgeable person like he is talking, It's not just a theoretical knowledge. It's a knowledge which is realized. So then, when his son was challenging him, he won't have got angry. When he is fighting with Narasimha, he won't have thought about it. When it is mentioned in Bhagavatam that when Narasimha rode like a lion, right? So he was in a form of a lion. When he rode, Hiranyakashipu's heart sank. He got scared of the sound of So sometimes it is very good to learn even from the Rakshasas also we can learn. So Hiranyakashipu, unfortunately, I'm talking about myself, I'm not talking about everybody else, that when we take up this path of spiritual path, we come across, we read Bhagavad Gita, we read Bhagavatam, Caitanya Charitamrita, we hear a lot of this thing. But then that knowledge, we just take it very superficially. We don't take deep into our heart, So, sometimes, Chanakya Pandit says that if there is Amrit, which is there in the poison also, we can take it. If gold is there in the, what do you call, कीचड़ को क्या बोलते हैं English में? Slush. What is the right word for? कीचड़ से भी सोना अगर, what is it? Okay, whatever that, muddy, something is there, or slush. If you see some gold there, will we not go and pick up the gold from there? Right? We will go. So this Hiranyakashipu pastime also is teaching us that, just we should not, we all, see, Iskcon is a preaching movement, right? So very early in our spiritual life, we are being told that you go and preach. And we all start preaching in some form or other. It doesn't need to be necessarily taking classes. We will go to our relatives, we'll go to our friends, start talking about this thing. So we should not become like Hiranyakashipu, that we are just speaking from this thing. That knowledge should be realized. So unrealized knowledge is very, actually it's dangerous like Hiranyakashipu. He's talking, if you don't tell anybody these shlokas, who is speaking, and let them read these 15-20 shloka, you will think this is some sadhu is speaking this. You will never realize that Hiranyakashipu is speaking. He's telling that, like we have this example in Bhagavatam at other place also, that when the river is there, there are, what you call that, sticks are there, small sticks. So they come together with the river, and with the next wave of river, they all get separated. Same example he is giving here, that okay, when is a place to drink water, people from walking on the road, they come together, they drink water, and then they go away. So that is the, comparison he is talking. And further down the chapter, he talks very nice analogies he will give. So what we all do, preaching means we will learn all these analogies. Whenever any lecture is, at least with me it happens, that whenever any lecture of some Maharajas or some senior devotees we hear, the thought goes into my mind is, okay, so next class I'll speak this. I'll speak to the people. So my idea is not that I am learning that and I should imbibe that. Our goal becomes, how can I give this knowledge to others? But if I am not transferring that knowledge within my heart, then this knowledge is not going to, take us anywhere. So this is a process. That's why Prabhupada gave this Atma Sakshatkar word. He translates the process of self-realization. So this is a process of realization. So that knowledge, whatever we are acquiring, we should imbibe that into our knowledge, into our life. That is more important. And as I was saying in the starting, that, all these festivals are a wonderful day to introspect that are we really making any progress on the path of spirituality. There is a story of a pigeon. There was a group of pigeon. So they had one leader who was very experienced. So that pigeon, leader of the pigeon, he saw that a lot of pigeon are getting caught by these hunters. They will put the net and these pigeon will go and they will sit there and they will get caught. So he thought that, okay, let me take care of these, my subordinates, my praja, I have to take care of them. So he called all of them one day and he told, I am giving you one mantra. This mantra you should always keep in your mind, and so that you are never caught by any hunter. So it's in Hindi, I will translate for those who are in English also. So the mantra is, Shikari aayega, jal bichayega, fasna mat, fasna mat, fasna mat. Which means in English, the hunter will come, he will put the net, but you should not get caught. Don't get caught, don't get caught, don't get. So he said, this is a mantra. You all should memorize this every day, you should speak this. So they all are, memorizing that mantra. Shikari aayega, jal bichayega, fasna mat, fasna mat, fasna mat. So what happened? They day and night they are doing this. Shikari aayega, jalla cover Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We are doing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Morning we'll get up 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and we are chanting. But our mind is today I have to do in office. What mail I has to go? Where I have to go? I have to. Mataji's think what to cook. By 7 o'clock my children has to go. I have to cook. I have to go down. I have to this. So all that. Prabhu's will start today. This email that I have to talk to that Prabhuji. If nothing else, we'll start thinking about seva. Today the seva is there. I have to this, I have to talk to the people who all are coming for seva and all that, right? So we are not different from these pigeons. Anyway, so what happens at the end of story is very abrupt closure of this story. That they are all singing this song, they go and sit, and there is a net of a hunter, they all get caught, and that's all, story ends. So what do we learn from this? What do we learn? Nothing, no learning. Anybody saying anything? No? Know the meaning. Okay. Yeah, you are quite close. Anything else? Huh? Be aware. Be aware. And we apply that knowledge into our life. We should consciously think about it. What is, whatever I am reading, whatever I am hearing, am I applying that into my life? So this is the, one example like that. But, this doesn't happen very easily. For this, we need the mercy of a spiritual master, a bona fide spiritual master. Very favorite sloka of Srila Prabhupada is Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyete kathithai artha prakashante mahatmana. Only those great souls who have implicit faith in both Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So this is very favorite sloka of Prabhupada. Often he has quoted in his lecture and his books also. That the person who has explicit faith in Lord and spiritual master, to him the knowledge is revealed. Right? So, I wonder, we have another example of, Karna. Karna was actually, he was, we all know the story of Karna. I will not go into it. But I hope everybody knows that, Karna was actually, he has served Lord Parshuram, right? To get the knowledge of the various weapons and all that. But he has taken that knowledge, by telling a lie to Lord Parshuram. So he just told that because, as we know that Lord Parshuram has taken the incarnation to just kill all the Kshatriya. That story is there. We'll not go into that story. But, he had 21 times he finished all the Kshatriyas because they were becoming very sinful. So he finished 21 times, Kshatriyas. So he had decided that he will give knowledge only to Brahmana. So Karna, because after being rejected by Dronacharya, and then he goes to Parshuram and he tells a lie that I am a Brahmana. So, and Lord Parshuram imparts him all the knowledge, even Brahmatsa and all these great weapons. He teaches. But one day what happens is that Karna is, was sitting and Parshuram was very tired. So he he lied down with his head on the lap of Karna. At that point of time, some insect came flying and it started biting Karna. And Karna, because he didn't want to disturb his guru, he just kept on, blood started coming and, and he kept on tolerating it. So when Parshuram got up, he saw that, Karna is having that big this thing and blood is coming out. Then he immediately understood that he is not a Brahmana. So he just asked him that, okay, tell me who are you? Because I think so much tolerance is not possible for Brahmanas. Because generally the pain is Kshatriyas, they take up the pain. So then he told his truth. Then Parshuram became angry and he told that whatever knowledge I have imparted you, when the right time is required, this knowledge is required, you will not be able to use it. So, and that's the reason we know when Karna was actually at the last get killed, he was not able to use all this knowledge which he had learned from Parshuram. So the point is that, by humbly, serving Vaishnavas, senior Vaishnavas, Guru, this theoretical knowledge becomes the revealed knowledge. Because tat viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya ubdeshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. So Tattva Darshina, whoever has seen the Tattva only can give, no? That knowledge, cannot be, given by somebody. If you tell me, you go and give a lecture in a MBBS college, I have not studied, so I cannot go and give. So, no. So somebody who has studied, who has practiced, as a doctor, all these medical colleges will have senior doctors. They are practicing, that college will have medical hospital also. They will be practicing and they will be going and giving lectures. So this is how they work, right? So then they are able to teach to the students. And then students also get trained like that, right? So same way, we have to approach whom? Tattvadarshi, the somebody who has seen the truth. That person only can give us the knowledge. So the knowledge, maybe somebody may say, I will read MBBS books and after that I will become a doctor. Is it possible? It's not. Maybe you will read the knowledge, you will read the books. Same thing applies with the spiritual knowledge also. We have to approach a bona fide spiritual master and serve him humbly. Tatvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevya. So we should humbly serve and inquire submissively from the spiritual master. And tatvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevya. Updeshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshi. So jnana which these tattvadarshis have, they will give that jnana. Not like Hiranyakashipu. Theoretically you will read some. So we are reading. That's why we hear a lot. That's why the association is so important. Whenever any Maharaja comes in our temple, we see the crowd, We have seen so many people who we have not seen in our temple also, people will come that day. Because they want to take the association of a pure devotee. Just being associated, lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Even if lava matra, 1/10 of a second also, if we take association of a pure devotee, we get benefited. So, Prahlad Maharaj actually had the blessing of his spiritual master. That's why there is a contrast like this. Hiranyakashipu, as soon as he saw Narasimha, Lord Narasimha, his heart is sinking. But on the other hand, Hiranyakashipu is troubling Prahlad Maharaj day and night. And is not even a single tinge of, pain or, whatever, regret is there on his face. He's still telling to his father that you are doing it wrong. You should take the shelter of Vishnu. Then only you will be this thing. So that's the difference between this thing. Realized knowledge and theoretical knowledge. So Hiranyakashipu, we can learn is that we should serve the spiritual master. That's why we have the example. Prahlad Maharaj, as soon as he came in front of Narasimhadev, he is not able to speak anything. As soon as Narasimhadev kept his hand on his head, Prahlad Maharaj started offering prayers. We know the Dhruv Maharaj also had the same thing. Dhruv Maharaj, as soon as he had the darshan of Lord Narayana, he is not able to speak anything. And, immediately Lord Narayana is keeping the conch on the head of Dhruv Maharaj. Immediately he started offering prayers. So knowledge which is there in the heart by the mercy of Guru, by the blessings of the Lord, this knowledge will be revealed to us at the right moment. So many times a lot of devotees share this experience that, while preaching also, whenever they are able to, pray to their spiritual master before speaking anything, then many a times whatever is coming out of the mouth is, is spontaneous. It is not planned. See, sometimes we plan a class, right? I'll go, like for example, I have on my phone certain points, so I'm going to speak. But what happens is when we are surrendered to spiritual master, all this knowledge which is there, we are reading day and night and hearing and all that, then spontaneous knowledge, it will come out. It's why it happens is because the devotees who serve the spiritual master or who have that feeling that I'm serving doesn't mean Vapu Seva, personally serving. You are serving him by his instructions also. Then automatically that knowledge is revealed to us. And we are able to apply that knowledge practically into our life. Because this knowledge will be tested for devotees also. Theoretically going big classes, that all is fine. When the tough time will come in our life, then what will happen? At that point of time, our knowledge will be tested. No. That time will be the real test of our knowledge. Not the giving classes, sitting 100 people and everybody is saying, wow, Prabhuji, you are so wonderful speaker. That all is fine. But when the tough time will come, is that knowledge is useful to me? That's the important point, and that we should keep introspecting. If it is not happening, then we should do something tweaking in our spiritual life by serving senior devotees, Vaishnavas, Guru, and so that, that we should see that something is missing. Take the guidance of some senior devotees and ensure that we are big. Because I always quote this. It was Ananta Vallabh Prabhu, who is a Sheshadipuram devotee. Very earlier days of our temple, he used to come and give classes there. So some statements they imbibe in your mind and imprint, and they stay for long. So he gave once example that moving on the path of bhakti is like cycling on a mountain. If you will keep paddling, you will move. As soon as you stop paddling, you will come down. You understood? You suppose your cycle, don't think about gear cycle and all that nowadays. Think about the cycle ordinary. Now most of the people will not relate, so also youngsters. They all use gear cycle. But they assumes normal cycle. You are going on a mountain and you are going. So keep paddling, it will go up. As soon as you stop paddling, the cycle will start coming down. Right? So spiritual life also is like that. We have to keep paddling. We have to keep moving further. Okay. So another lesson which we can learn from Hiranyakashipu. Don't say me why I'm teaching. We'll have some lessons from others. Prahlad Maharaj also. But as I said, Chanakya Pandit said that if gold is there in the mud also or slush also, we should take it. So Hiranyakashipu, another thing which we can learn from Hiranyakashipu is that any austerity which is done for material goals or material benefit is of no use. I hope all of you know that what kind of austerity Hiranyakashipu did. Anybody can tell what kind of austerity he had done? For how many years? 1,000 years or how many years? He did thousands of years he did tapasya. His body was all eaten by ants and all that, everything. And his body has become like ant hill. It was like that. When Brahma came, he had to first sprinkle water to get him into the original form. How many of us can tolerate one mosquito bite also? One mosquito bite, if mosquito bites, then immediately we'll put that whatever all out and all that something. We are not able to tolerate. And see what kind of austerity he did, right? It's a outstanding, austerity. But for what he did this austerity? To get what he got? He wanted, I want to become immortal. Brahma says it's not possible. Okay, then you give me boon. I should not die in day, should not die in night, should not die inside, should not outside, in the air, ground. He did some manipulation and he thought that he has become immortal. What is the use? Because the rule of material nature is that you have to die one day. You can put 100. Ravana also think like that. He thought this should not kill me, this should not. He didn't think about human beings because human beings are useless people. They cannot kill me. So like that he is thinking, So all these demonic people. So if our goal for our austerity, we all are also doing austerity. In Bangalore, the pakka. You start 8 o'clock, you will reach office only at 10 o'clock. Keep, even if two-wheeler, Mercedes car you go, your car is best, but the traffic jam you can't do anything. That traffic jam will remain as it is. So you are driving in the traffic jam, hours together you take Mercedes or you take some normal Maruti car. It doesn't matter. You are stuck. You are doing, we all are doing austerity. Some form or other austerity we are doing. But if that austerity if the goal is to get material progress, then it will not lead us anywhere. Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, they all are examples of this. They are so they have done big austerities. But ultimately what is happening is, they are not getting any ultimate benefit. Because Krishna says, in the form of death, I take away everything. So one day death will come, everything will be taken away. And, so what is the use? No use, no? And Rishabh Dev in 5th canto, he gives the instruction to his, sons. Nayam deho deha bhajam niloke kashtan kaman arhate vid bhujam ye tapo divyam putraka yen sattvam shutyed yasma brahma saukhyam tva anantam. Which means that you should do tapasya for what? Brahma saukhyam, which is anantam. So what he's saying, my dear boys, of all the living entities who have accepted material bodies in this world, one who has avoided the human form should not work hard day and night simply for sense gratification, which is available to even dogs and hogs that eat stool. Hogs eat stool, but they enjoy like that. Like we are eating gulab jamun, we enjoy, they also enjoy eating stool. One should engage in the penance and austerities to attain divine position of devotional service. By such activities, one's heart is purified, and when one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness and which continues forever. So, austerity, when we have to do anyway in this material world, we have to do austerity. So, nobody can say that I will escape the, austerity. We have to do austerity. But better we do for the higher goal, for a higher purpose. If we do austerity, that austerity is useful than what Hiranyakashipu did or what Ravana did. They all did, but ultimately what happens is they are not getting any this thing. On the other hand, our best example for us is Srila Prabhupada. At the age of 70 years, he is going to America in a cargo ship. He is getting heart attack on the way. He has seasickness. He also did austerity. But he did austerity for whom? For the benefit of all other human beings. So we should always remember, for the higher benefit, if we do austerity, it makes sense. Otherwise, material happiness, kamala dala jala, jivana talamala. So this material life is like drop of water on the leaf of lotus. It will be like tottering. Lotus leaf, if you see, it is very, oily kind of thing. If your water drop will be moving like this. Wind will, this thing will blow it off, water will go and disappear. So our life is also like that, It is kamala dala dala, jivana talamala. It is very tottering. It is very shaky. Anytime it can go. Anybody can guarantee you will go outside the road, and now this road has become very nice, no? Vehicles are coming in full speed, Suddenly somebody will hit you and maybe Ram Nam Satya, it will be done. Anybody can guarantee that? It will not happen. Who will give me stamp paper that I will not die for another 80 years? Nobody can say, So that is so we should realize that, this austerity should be done for the higher purpose. So this is one thing. Another thing which we can learn is from Brahma. So Lord Brahma gave a boon to Hiranyakashipu. And when this Lord Narasimha appeared, all the demigods are scared. Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lakshmi Devi, wife of the Lord, she is scared to go near to this thing. At that point of time, Narasimha says to Lord Brahma, he says, Brahmaji, why you are scared of me? This is all the result what you have done to me. I have appeared like this. So this form I have got because you did all this ghapla in the background. You gave a boon. So, one lesson, we can learn. So actually, if you see that Lord Shiva was also present there when all this is happening, when Lord is taunting on Brahmaji. So then Lord Shiva is very conscious now. So when in Mahabharata, Jayadratha asked for a boon, Jayadratha also, after being, because he, had a bad eye on Draupadi, so when they were in forest, at that point of time, Jayadratha went there. He wanted to kidnap Draupadi. At that point of time, somehow Pandavas, they come to know and they defeat this thing and they humiliate him. They remove his hair, I think, something like that they do. So he becomes very insulted and he does tapasya, like Hiranyakashipu. Again, we will discuss that point. For what you are doing tapasya. So he did tapasya for Lord Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. And at the last, Lord is Ashutosh. Lord Shiva appeared. So he is asking you, give me a boon that Pandavas can be killed. So this time Shiva is very conscious. He is saying, that is not possible. They are Ajay. They are, they cannot be conquered. He says, okay, if you cannot give me that boon, like Hiranyakashipu, he did some calculation. He said, okay, you give me a boon where I can stop all 5 Pandavas whenever I want. So Lord Shiva said, I can give you a boon of stopping 4 Pandavas. But Arjuna you cannot stop because Lord Narayana is sitting there on his chariot in the form of Lord Krishna. So he is my Lord. So I cannot overstep my Lord. Already Brahma has got scolding. I don't want to get scolding another time. So it is not possible. So poor Jayadratha, he had to compromise with that, this thing that, he can stop all the 4 Pandavas, but he will not be able to stop. And that's how we know that when Abhimanyu's past this thing, killing happened, that point of time, and they took Arjuna somewhere because they knew that but all 4 others, Jayadratha, this thing. So we should be, so what happens in this material world also, whenever anybody is coming for us to, specifically elders, so They will come, they will touch the feet, then they will say, okay, Sukhi raho, have a long life, you, this thing. So Shastra says that, people give blessings as if they have a very long life. People will go and give blessings to others. Okay, you have a long life. You become very Sukhi Bhava, like that, no? Dirghayu Bhava, like that, no? So, people they themselves, they don't have any word. How can they give blessings to others? So Shastras, they make fun of, people that, that people are giving blessings like that as if, they have that. You can give only what you have, right? If I have gold with me, I will give gold to others. If I have stones with me, I will give stones to others. That's what, no? So, but what we are, the people are giving, have a long life, as if we are immortal. Take some part of my life so that you can live longer than me. So it is not possible. So in this material world, we should realize from this thing that, we should give realistic boons to others. We should give really realistic benedictions to others. That because this material world is ashashvatam. Everything is temporary here. So what we can do as being a devotee, what we can do is Krishna willing let this. Because if you see Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he always adds that word, Krishna willing. If Krishna desires so, let this happen. Even when he was sick and when people approached him that we will pray for you. So he added that word. You say, if you desire so, let His Holiness Jayapataka Swami health is improved. Like that, Because they are Tattvadarshis, they are pure devotees. They know the realistic this thing. If Krishna wants, Mare Krishna Rakhe Kaun? Rakhe Krishna Mare Kaun. If Krishna wants to keep, who can kill? If Krishna wants to kill, who can save? There are enough examples in Mahabharata and various places. So we, this thing. Another thing which, we can learn from Hiranyakashipu is, which is again in the 4th chapter of 7th canto, it is mentioned, that, even if you do unlimited sense gratification, a person can never be satisfied. So when the 4th chapter of the 7th, this thing, it will come further when we read this. It is mentioned that Hiranyakashipu had, after the tapasya, he had become so powerful that except Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, everybody else was under his control. When he wants, wind will blow. When he wants, rain will happen. Devatas, he will just move his, I am not able to move, eyelid or whatever you call it, eyebrow. And that only Indra and they will understand. They have to sit or they have to stand, like that, So he was so powerful. But there is one striking shloka which I came across. I'll read here. It's in 7th canto, 4th chapter, 19th shloka. Sa ittam nirjita kakub ekarad vishayan priyan yatho pajosham bhunjano na tripyat ajitendriyaha. Which means, na sa ittam nirjita kakub means he had conquered all directions of the universe. Ekarad vishayan priyan. Ekarad means he was a Eka Chhatrapati, like we say, he was a single emperor of whole universe. Vishayan priyan. And whatever is Vishayan priyan, whatever things are required for sense gratification, it is available to him. But he was what? Na tripyat. Tripti means satisfied. He was not satisfied. Why he was not satisfied? Because he was ajit indriya. Means he has not controlled his senses. So translation Prabhupada likes like that. In spite of achieving the power to control all directions, and in spite of enjoying all kinds of dear sense gratification as much as possible, Hiranyakashipu was dissatisfied. Because instead of controlling his senses, he remained their servant. So, these senses can drive us, they can make us, Prabhupada writes n number of places, we have to become Goswami, not Godasa. Not the servant of the senses. Go meaning cow as well as go means senses also. So we have to become Goswami, means we are the master of the senses. Not Godasa, means we are the servants. At the moment our condition, sorry I'm generalizing this statement, but at least I'm talking about myself, that we all are under the control of our senses. Our senses are driving us. And this Krishna conscious process is that purification of our senses. What we are trying to do through this process of Krishna consciousness, we are trying to purify our senses. Engaging our senses in the service of Lord Krishna. Controlling the senses is very difficult. But engaging the senses in the service of the Lord, that way what happens is, we slowly take our senses away from the this thing. So it is mentioned in, this chapter, 4th chapter of 7th canto, that, Mother Earth was also giving the grains, rubies, diamonds out of fear, because there was so much fear of Hiranyakashipu. So we see the examples. Shastras are full of examples of these kind of things. Like Ravana is the example, right? Hanumanji, when he went into the palace, when he was searching Mother Sita, he went into the palace of Ravana. And he saw there are so many ladies there. All the princesses, queens and all that, all around, all lokas, not just 14 planetary system. He has kidnapped all of them and kept in his... and he was enjoying with them. And still what is happening is, he is not satisfied. He wants to enjoy Mother Sita, right? So, what is the use of this thing? When this Bali Maharaj, Vaman Dev, he goes to Bali Maharaj, there is a wonderful conversation. When Vaman Dev, he asked for this 3 steps of land. And Vaman Dev is a dwarf, right? So, his feet are anyway small. So, when Bali Maharaj sees that, Vaman Dev is asking for 3 steps of land, Bali Maharaj feels a little bit uneasy because he is a king. He says, either you are a child or you are not intelligent enough. Because you should, indirectly he is saying, see my status, I am a king of all the universes. 3 lokas, I am the, king. And you are asking me what 3 steps? Ask something which is, meets my stature. Like that he is saying. And that point of time, Vaman Dev gives very nice this thing. He gives that if a person is not satisfied with whatever he had, he can never be satisfied. He gives the example that today I want just 3 steps. Tomorrow I would like to have 3 villages, then 3 kingdoms, then 3 countries, then 3 lokas, like that. So a person, if he is not satisfied, he will never be satisfied. And this is the case we see in and around us. You see, people are having enough wealth, but they want more wealth. How much? What you will do? One day you will die, the wealth will be stayed here, but people are not stopping. They want, these politicians and all that, they keep doing cheating, and crores. What will they do? 1,000 crores and 2,000 crores. Ultimately, you have to die one day. And anyway, your children will enjoy it. So for next 10 generations, they are doing. Like Narasimha blesses now, your 21 generation will be this thing. These politicians, I think they are blessed. Your generations will be enjoying this wealth. Anyway, they cannot enjoy because after some time they get diabetes and all that. They can't eat proper food also. So that's the problem with everybody nowadays. So point is that, we should be satisfied with whatever we have. We should endeavor for sufficient to meeting our needs. But beyond that, don't have that greed. Because Prabhupada also says, there is no end to greed. There is sufficient in this material world to feed everybody. But there is nothing sufficient to meet the greed of everybody. The problem in human beings, Prabhupada gives this example, no? When a bird comes, she will see some grains, she will just eat the grains and she will go. But a human being, what they will do? They will bring their bags and they will, fill all the grains and they will go. There was one video sometime back in Pakistan or somewhere that, this petrol tanker was, overturned or something. So people are, instead of doing something, they all are bringing their canes and filling that petrol. Anytime somebody puts it will burn also, but nobody is scared. Let me fill the petrol, like that, We all are like that actually. We get opportunity, we'll also do the same thing, not different. So another lesson which I thought we can learn is from Prahlad Maharaj is about the good behavior. Because if you see, Prahlad is a devotee of the Lord. In the womb of the mother only he got the, knowledge. And but still, when he is coming to meet his father, he knows, he refers to his father as, "O best of demons." His father is referring like this. He is coming and touching the feet of his father, Hiranyakashipu. And, and although the father is troubling him like anything, he never disrespected his father, So, devotees, as a devotee, what we should do is that our behavior, our conduct should be of high standard, We cannot behave like a rowdy and then we are white koti dhurta and then we say, okay. Because people immediately, see, devotees, they are doing like this, What is this? They will not see what is their mistake, why we are getting angry upon them, any See, sometime on the road we will be there, we will be in Vaishnav dress, and somebody is overtaking and they will show some fingers to you, ulta sida, and then you will also sometimes, what is this, Then they will say, do anything, there's nothing. As soon as we say something, see, tilak they are putting like this. Actually, but there is some benefit also. I have this particularly 2-3 instances where I have, once I was coming from, dropping my parents from Yeshwantpur railway station in night. And that time they were checking this alcohol thing they check, no? So I had tilak and all that on my forehead. Police wala, what did he say? He said, oh, Iskcon people, let them go. He didn't check for me for alcohol. They are so much so. That is the kind of reputation we have outside, That people say, another time, what happened, in Indranagar side, I was taking this thing, suddenly it became red and I was coming in the speed because I wanted to overcome that two-wheeler I was in. I took the turn and cop was standing. As soon as he stopped me. Then he saw my tilak. He says, Kannada is saying, Swami, what, he's telling me Swami, just with tilak. I know I'm not Swami, I'm just a imposter, whatever. But he's saying, Kya, Swami, he's asking which temple, Kannada, he's asking which temple you are from. I told HBR layout. So I asked him, have you come to temple? He said, yeah, I have come. Kannada is saying, very beautiful temple, Narasimha, very beautiful. Then he told, why don't you come, sir? Come again. I'm speaking in Hindi, Tuta, Kannada, and something like that I spoke. And he said, okay. Then he told the other person, let him go. He's Iskcon person. So so devotees, the people expect that kind of high standard of this thing, conduct or behavior, So we are representing an organization. It's not just, we are representing Srila Prabhupada, So like Prahlad is showing by this thing. He didn't lose anger. He knows the Lord is there behind me. If I tell now itself, Lord can come and kill. But he never did that, He never, this thing. So we should always remember that our behavior is being observed as a devotee and people, talk about it. So just be very careful. I'm not saying we should pretend to be a devotee. We should naturally be like that. Whatever good qualities of Prahlad Maharaj is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, that should be our goal. Because our goal is to become a pure devotee. Without becoming pure devotee, can we go back to Goloka Vrindavan? Tell me that. Is it possible? Unless and until we purify ourselves, this purification process we are going for what? Ultimate our goal is to go back to Godhead, no? But if our purification is not happening, then what will happen? Our goal we'll be missing our goal, right? So we should always remember to be, from Prahlad Maharaj we can learn how he respected his, father. Another learning which is there in the 7th canto, 4th chapter, is from Devatas. Actually, it is from the Lord Vishnu himself, Lord Narayana. But Lord is giving the message through Devatas to us. So, we know that, Hiranyakashipu troubled Devatas a lot, right? So, they were struggling. So, what did they do? Whenever problem is there, they go to Lord Vishnu. So, they went to Lord Vishnu and they prayed. So, Lord is giving very nice, you can read this shloka in 7th canto, 4th chapter 25 and 26 shlokas. Lord is saying, Na bhaishta vibhuda shrestha sarvesham bhadramastu vaha mad darshanam hi bhutanam sarva shreyo papatyate gyatam etasya daurtyam daitya pasadyasta tasya shantim karishyami kalam tavat pratikshataha. He says, what is Lord saying here? See the way the Lord is speaking. The Lord is saying, O best of learned persons, do not fear. See the language. Lord is Supreme Lord. He doesn't have to butter anybody. But he is saying, O best of learned persons. Devatas he is referring. Do not fear. I wish all good fortune on you. Next instruction is very striking. He says, become my devotee by hearing and chanting about me and offering me prayers. For these are certainly meant to award benedictions to all living entity. At last he is saying, consoling them. First he is telling, become my devotee. Chant my name. Offer me prayers. That all he is telling. And what will happen with that? He is saying it will bring all the benediction to you. Because Devatas went for their wellness, to get out of trouble. So, what Lord is saying is,
You want to get out of trouble? So, in this material world, getting out of trouble is not possible. So, what you should do is, you chant my name, become my devotee, and surrender to me. At last he says, I know all that activities of Hiranyakashipu and shall surely stop them very soon. Please wait patiently until that time. So this is an important lesson for us, is that whenever we have tough time in our life, Lord is giving directly instruction what we should do. So he is saying, Hiranyakashipu will be sorted out. That matter will be sorted out. With time it will be sorted out. Please wait patiently. But important instruction he gave first. You chant about me, offer me prayers, become my devotee, hear and, so basically he is saying hear and chant my name. So the lesson for us is that, we should, whenever there is a tough time, actually we become rebel to God only. Because when the bhakti is going on nicely now, but as soon as the tough time will come, all bhakti will go in water. Nothing. Now everything we start complaining. We gave so many years to you, Lord. Now you are not giving me this. What am I asking? You have given Mukesh Ambani so much until whatever his house is. I am not asking anything like that. I am just asking 130-40 house. You are not giving me that also. Right? So, so problem is that, whenever tough time is there, all our this thing. So it boils down to our earlier point. Our knowledge is not realized knowledge, then it will happen like this. That, But Lord is straightly, He is giving this thing. He doesn't want devatas to become sakam bhaktas like they are at the moment. And I don't know if they really learned from this what Lord's instruction is. Because time and again we see. But anyway, they are the part of Leela of the Lord to teach all of us. So Lord doesn't want us to become sakam bhakta. Means we are always going to the Lord and asking for something. Give me this, give me that, give me this. What Lord is expecting us is that you become the pure devotee and come back to me. Because that is the ultimate benefit for all living entities. Benefit is not temporary benefit, you will get, not a problem. But, Krishna, the Lord is telling that, we should be, become pure devotees. So, by this teachings from Devatas and what the Lord is giving instruction to Devatas, we should learn that, our goal in our life is to become pure devotee, and that's what Lord wants us to do. Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, we are part and parcel of Him. And He is looking forward to us to coming back to Him. But for that, He has given us very easy method also. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. We are very fortunate that we have come at a time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years back as he has come and he has given this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and Srila Prabhupada who has just come for 50 years back, and we met some devotee who inspired us to become the part of Iskcon. I don't think, sorry if it sounds little boasting, but I don't think any other organization is giving this kind of pure bhakti to anybody. There are so many spiritual organizations. It's not that there are any shortage of spiritual organizations. Those who have tried different organizations can vouch for it. At least I have tried couple of before coming to Krishna. So I understand that, this pure devotional service which is based on the bona fide scriptures is given by, only by the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. You can practice, this thing. I have many big, but I will take one, another important message which is again related to this pastime, which again comes in the 7th canto, 5th chapter, where Narad Muni is, glorifying the classmates of Prahlad Maharaj. He is saying, this is Narad Muni says, Sri Narad Uvacha, Atha Daitya Suta Sarve, Shrutva Tad Anuvarnitam, Jigrur Nirvedyatvan, Neva Gurve Anushishtakam. So what this means is, Narad Muni says, all the sons of demon appreciated the transcendental instruction of Prahlad Maharaj and took them very seriously. They rejected the materialistic instructions given by their teacher, Shanda and Amraka. So this shloka Narad Muni is saying that we know that, Prahlad Maharaj to his classmates he is giving instruction. So all that whole chapter is there. After that next chapter, Narad Muni is saying, glorifying that these classmates, they took this instruction very seriously. So one thing which we can learn from all this is that whenever we get any association of a pure devotee, we should take it very seriously. And we should utilize it for our own, benefit. Because that is our benefit. Some sannyasi or some senior devotee, they are coming, they don't have any benefit. They are already self-realized, they are pure devotees. But why they travel so much, why they take so much pain, in this, most of the Srila Prabhupada disciples or senior devotees, they are aged. They are already in 70s. Guru Maharaj in this condition also is always Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, that when he is going through dialysis every second day, still he came to Madurai, right? He participated in Guru Agnya event. Such a big event was there. So why? If you see other, sannyasi, Loknath Maharaj was there some time back. He is also aged. Rompa Swami Maharaj was there. Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is so frail bodily, So for all of them to travel, but you see, if you follow them on YouTube and all, you see they keep traveling. They take so much pain for why? For what? They are coming to every nook and corner. Okay, Bangalore is a big city, but there are so small towns. They go there also. They go there and they give association and they give this thing, give the... So the thing is that even these, of course, they had these sons of Asuras, they had the benefit of associating with a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. But we can surely, from this instruction of Narad Muni, we can learn that whenever any association is there, we should we should utilize that this thing. That famous shloka is there in Kapil Dev teachings like Satam Prasanga Mam Virya Samvido. That shloka means in the association of pure devotees, discussions of the pastimes and activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ears and heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and therefore he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begins. So when the devotional service will begin, it is mentioned is that when we are constantly hear the Hari Katha, it is, the word which is used here is Rasayanaha. It is very pleasing to the ears. So when a person through ears, this Krishna Katha, it goes into the heart of a person, then purification happens. And, Kapil Dev says, then only real devotion and devotional service begins. So when we have the opportunity to hear from a pure devotee, associate a pure devotee, we should immediately, grab the opportunity. Last lesson I will tell, which is again from the Prahlad Maharaj. So, Prahlad Maharaj, when, he is, telling that, the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. What is the mood of Prahlad Maharaj? Prahlad Maharaj mood is mood of Karuna. So he says in 7th canto, 9th chapter, he says very important, many famous shloka is there, which says that, I see there are many saintly persons, they are interested only in their own deliverance. Not caring for big cities and town, they go to Himalayas or forest to meditate with the vows of silence, Maun Vrata. So a lot of people, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that I don't want to take up like that, going and sitting in Himalayas and this. He says, I don't want to take any Maun Vrata, I don't want to do any meditation. What I want to do is, I want to deliver the people in this material world because they don't know. He's calling them, they are fools. They don't know what is the real value of this life. I just want to stay there and, give your knowledge about your lotus. So basically he's saying, I want to bring them to shelter of your lotus feet. He's asking for this benediction. Because if Lord Narayana comes in front of us or Lord Krishna comes in front of us, immediately what we'll think? Let me go. Who is bothered about others, right? But Prahlad Maharaj is not like that. What Prahlad Maharaj is saying, that, first he says is, you give me association of devotee. Later part he is saying that, okay, let me stay in this material world. I want to deliver all the souls of this material world. So one thing which we can learn from the mood of Prahlad Maharaj is that, whatever we are not Prahlad Maharaj. Somebody may say, I am not a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj, so I cannot deliver people, I cannot give this. But with whatever capacity we have, we can still inspire people with our, even if I have 0.0001% of bhakti, I can still give that 0.001% of bhakti to others. and try to inspire that they should understand the value of this human form of life. So, so our, that's where even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, if we see, he becomes very happy. Who was that? Vasudeva Vipra, no? Or somebody said that, I want to have, then immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes very happy. You have the mood of Prahlad. So the point is that, our, with our whatever level of spiritual, whatever is, level of our Krishna consciousness we are, at that point of time, whatever way we can, we should inspire others and take up this, process of bhakti and inspire as many people as so that they can also get delivered. And we know in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that anyone who gives this message to others is very dear to me. So there are so many teachings of from the pastimes of Narasimha Leela and Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad and Narasimdev. We can learn so much and we can imbibe in our lives. So I will just end with this important thing that only way for us to this thing understand this knowledge, and unlike the Hiranyakashipu who is having this knowledge and not having practically applying into our life, is to have association of devotees. So please don't miss any association of devotees, and in that if we do reading, hearing and chanting along with devotees, when we do, we will surely be able to achieve the success in our spiritual path. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Oh, is it? Okay. Hare Krishna, any questions? Devotees have any questions? We would be happy to answer. Probably something. Got any questions? Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. A lot of lessons. Very related lesson where you mentioned that Krishna wants us demigods to pure devotees. And you were citing a lot of instances, how devotees, sometimes they are benefited, sometimes they get troubled also. Just by seeing Prahlad, so in our life also, this Tila God and Ishika, they become something that's triggered. And I think from your class, the lesson is that is the path towards pure devotion. If we can tolerate that, increase our devotion, even Annadanam and stuff. So how to deal with this situation? Because sometimes those triggers, they might lead to some other person. Right? And how to deal with that? So basically, you mean to say when the people with tilak or any of our this thing, they are getting irritated, then what we should do? Okay, so I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Prabhu. So Prabhu is saying that I mentioned in the class that we should have the high level of our behavior and conduct as a devotee, and many times a lot of people, they respect us because of our tilak or our dress. And I gave some instances also which I personally had the experience. But Prabhu is saying there are many instances there people get irritated by our just by looking at us. So those kind of situation, what we should do? I personally feel that those kind of situation we should avoid as much as possible. At least when we are unless it is surely a blaspheming Krishna or devotees directly or something like that. Because, for example, sometimes we go somewhere, we are putting a book stall, and materialistic people are coming, hey, what this? They will start scolding us. We should try to handle whatever best possible and avoid that situation. Because what happens is, if we get into confrontation, the chances are we getting support is very less. Being a devotee, I'm taking what practical. Or theoretical is okay. We can be Hiranyakashipu, keep tolerating. We are not at, we can be Prahlad and tolerate. So we are not Prahlad yet, we are not Dhruva yet, unfortunately. So we have to be a little bit, Prabhupada say we should intelligently, deal this kind of situation. And we should try to avoid in general public, because I've seen many times, I've faced myself. Once we went to one place and we were putting a bookstall outside a temple. And those temple devotees were so hostile that, they literally started shouting at us, and as if we have done some crime, you Iskcon people are like this, like that, directly talking about Iskcon and all. And we just 2-3 devotees, we try to convince them that we are just doing, okay, we'll put up somewhere far. He said, I don't want to see any one of you. And it was a New Year day. So we thought the more books will go, because a lot of people come to visit our temples. So we just put up a stall. This is many years back, And we were so disappointed that we came empty-handed, we came back. And we had traveled 25 kilometers for that. You'll not believe. And big temple near Bangalore. I don't want to name the temple. But, this is a very famous temple. And, they were like started shouting, and then we were very new that point of time. So we just called senior devotees and he asked, what shall we do? So he's saying, no, he asked me what then they're saying, they're telling, oh, Iskcon people are like this, that, this. And he's saying, I don't want to see you around also somewhere. I'll come and trash you. Like that is. Then Prabhuji told, better you avoid. Because if you try to confront, or you will, because we know that, it's not that, being on the path of a spiritual process, we have the higher knowledge. We know that these people are sinful. We know that they are wrong. But sometimes it is very difficult to, fight with each and every person. What we can do is we can try to find the suitable or favorable situations, and there we can try to preach. Instead of, because, like for example, if this issue becomes more, then the people, nobody is going to question them. They will question, oh, Iskcon people are like that. Iskcon people fought with the general public. Like that will come. So it's a practical solution to this thing is that try to avoid these kind of situations where, the prestige of the temple or prestige of the devotees is at stake, because it is not going to lead anywhere. Yeah, theoretical answer is that no, we should tolerate what is that? Brahma's is like Tattainukampa Susumikshamano and all that. Yes, if we can tolerate to some extent, if we can amicably, we can console them, we can pacify them that we are not here to, harm you or something. But some situations, they are very hostile. So it's in those situations, nothing much can be done. You just try to avoid and try to find some suitable situation. Sometimes, specifically for brahmacharis, they have hostile parents. Like those kind of situations are there. So those situations, what I've heard from, I'm lucky that I came after, entering into a married life. Then only I came into Krishna. But I know some brahmacharis, they struggle at their home, when their parents are not at all. And they struggle. But the lesson to learn from Prahlad Maharaj in this context is that we should not be affected by this. I should continue doing my devotional service as I can. If somebody has an issue with my shikha or somebody has issue with my tilak, it's their problem, because I know I am doing the right thing. It's not that I am fanatic about my standing in this thing. I am reading scriptures and I know this is the right thing. This is guided by my spiritual master. This is guided by my Prabhupada. So I am right, I know. But okay, the situation is like that. Unfortunately, 99.9% people of this society are like this in today's world. It's very difficult. So what we can do is we should intelligently practice our Krishna consciousness without provoking our family. If family members are not very favorable, we should see, sometimes some Matajis, they don't have favorable husbands. Some Prabhus don't have favorable Matajis. Some people don't have favorable parents. So in those situations, what we should continue practicing our this thing. Keep praying to the Supreme Lord, but at the same time, don't provoke your relatives. Don't provoke too much. I have one situation where one of my aunt was saying me, oh, this is not the right time to, do what? You have children. My children were still very young that time. Oh, you have small children and you are, going temple and, what is the time, wasting time. You should take care of your children. So then I had to be like, what made you feel that I'm not taking care of my children? I know I'm giving best to my children. This is one thing which they will go with them for their lives together. So I just replied like that, and we just somewhere where we can shut them down, we can shut them down, but somewhere they are very agitated. It's okay to change the topic and come out. That's the best, because it's not worth. Because it affects our consciousness a lot. It affects our consciousness, but wherever we can, we should do it. So it's circumstantial. There is no generic answer to this question. We have to see wherever situation where we can handle it amicably, politely, with our good Vaishnava qualities. We should handle. If it is really a demon like Hiranyakashipu, they are beating this thing, then better don't get into all this. Anybody else got any questions? See whether it can reach you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My question is one thing, that even Prahlad Maharaj, he was born in a Asura family. He himself said that I am born.
Yes.
But still he became a devotee.
Correct.
Because his mother was a devotee, and when he was in her womb, he heard all this and he became the devotee. He became the devotee.
Correct.
It is not possible for every child to have this.
Correct.
Isn't it? In a normal life, people, both of them will be employed, they will be in the Laukik life, people will not be spiritual. In such cases, the children born to such people like us, we are all like that. Is it not possible for us to become true spiritual devotees like Prahlad Maharaj? Is it possible?
So what
How is it possible?
Okay, let me understand. You are saying, is it possible for us to become Prahlad or not in this situation? Mother, you answered yourself. He was an Asura and he became, in the Asura family, he is born and he is this thing. So it is not that, of course he got in the womb of his mother, so he was fortunate. Maybe we are not so much fortunate like Prahlad Maharaj to get in the womb of our mother, but whatever state of our life we get, we can start from there. And we can try, see, it's a way to look how we look at it. See, if we look at it, it is not. Because when somebody used to say to Prabhupada that, is it possible in this life itself? Prabhupada used to get angry. He used to say, in this life only you have to finish your this thing. So in spiritual life, one Rup Goswami says, one of the quality which is required to make progress is utsaha, enthusiasm. Enthusiastically serve perform devotional service. Rest all leave it to Krishna. Will he give me perfection? Will he not give me perfection? Prahlad Maharaj didn't do with that intention that, okay, will I achieve perfection or not in this life? Rather, when Lord is asking for benediction, he's saying, let me stay here in this material world and deliver other people. So the point, answer to with my limited understanding is that, it is primarily our determination with the enthusiasm. It is possible if we are doing our devotional service under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master and pure devotees. So it is possible to achieve. But then, we will achieve or not, that we leave it to the Lord. We do our 100% and rest all Lord will accept it. Lord may have some better plan for us, right? We come again and again, preach to 100 more people. If Lord want us to do, that's what, all these, acharyas, they all are manjaris and all that in Golok Vrindavan. But they are coming here under the desire of the Lord and preaching to the people and delivering the sinful people like us. So our duty is to do enthusiastically with determination, and rest all is up to the Lord. Will He give it or not? Perfection or not? But if we are satisfied that we are putting our 100%, then surely, first we should be convinced, are we putting 100%? That's a good question, big question. Are we putting 100%? We ourselves know the answer that we are not putting 100%. So, the kind of situation in which Prahlad Maharaj was there, his own father is against him. How many of us are in any such situation where father is going to kill me if I am not a devotee? It is not like that, right? But we still don't have the determination. He is being thrown from the mountain, he is put into the snakes, elephant, what all he tolerated, you know. I'm sure if something like that we have to go through, we will not be able to go through. Little bit tough time comes in our life, we immediately, what we think first question comes is, did I do the right thing by taking up devotional service? Because anyway, I'm not getting any benefit. Lord is still giving me trouble. That means, Lord is not there, God is not there. People are right, outside people will come and say, what do you get from bhakti? You are struggling. See, everybody else is enjoying, People will come and they will shake our, determination. People will come. When as little you have tough time, in your life, anything goes wrong in our life, immediately our relatives will come. What you achieved by doing bhakti? What you have achieved in your life? That is the first question they will. So if you are not fully convinced, we will also, correct, no, they are saying correct only. Unnecessarily, I wasted so many years of my life. I should have enjoyed outside, with my friends. I was going to pubs and I was going to parties. For 10 years, I have not done anything. Still, Lord is behaving to me like this. So for that, we need. But one thing is there, Mataji. Important thing is, if we want to really achieve a perfection like that, Prahlad Maharaj, we need some pure devotee in our life. Like Narad Muni, he got the association of. We also need some pure devotee in our life. So that's why we should always remain in the association of devotees. Because whenever the Maya will play with us, in any form. Little bit trouble, this thing, Maya will keep troubling. Prabhupada is telling the purport also, the same thing. Jagadananda Pandit, Prabhupada is referring. He is saying that Maya affected person is like a person affected by the ghost. Prabhupada is saying that. So, in this word, we will be always, but if we are always protected by the devotees, then chances of us achieving that perfection is there. Otherwise, it's difficult. Always remain in the association of devotees and do with enthusiasm and determination. I am sure we'll achieve that perfection. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for a wonderful question. It make me also to think, Thank you.
Gandharvika Giridhari Sriman Mahaprabhu ki. Jai. Gandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Shri